It's going to be interesting. Going to be really, really interesting. But me can't tell you right now, so enough people want roll sprat. What's the case? The roll sprat safer behind bars, you know. All around the Gaza fans are say free the boss, and that's how I know so we don't really check for the roll sprat, you know. The amount of man with the road and wait for roll sprat to come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the My Dream Podcast channel. Oh my. We have a sticky topic today. We're speaking on Vybz Kartel. Vybz Kartel Privy Council appeal hearing is coming up on the 14th and the 15th of February 2024. Will Vybz Kartel and his co-convicts walk free after the decision made by this Privy Council, or will they stay in prison? If you're anything like me, you have been waiting on Sir P Politics Watch to speak on Vybz Kartel Privy Council, the upcoming hearing. And why? Why, you ask? Well, obviously because Sir P is one of Vybz Kartel's biggest nemesis on the internet, on the World Wide Web. When it comes to speaking against Vybz Kartel and his quote-unquote alleged criminal organization, his involvement in criminal activities, no other than Sir P speaks more on that matter. So hell fucking yeah, I've been waiting on Sir P to speak, so I'm gonna be reacting to his video that he just put out on this matter. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is very strange to Jamaicans for other vloggers to be reacting to other vloggers, because in the Jamaican space, when it comes to vlogging, it's a bit taboo to, you know, react to content from other content creator. But the thing about it, this is natural on YouTube. It's natural to do reaction to popular content, whether it's from, you know, famous people, news, other podcasts, etc. It is natural. It's called fair usage. So for those who do not know, yes, you can call me Vulture Squad. Yeah, I'm vulturing right now. But Sir P is a popular YouTuber, and I'm gonna be reacting to this video, like it or not.
The case can go anyway. Courts and Privy Council in place, they don't sit down and look on innocent or guilty. Them look on what in front of them and them say, well, yeah, this is convincing enough. Or them say, yeah, well, listen to the right and I'm not sure about this and that's on the way, and alright, yeah, no, I'm not convinced. Retrial. If the British say retrial, Jamaica have to listen. Because that's the final court. Jamaica's, even though Jamaica's a quote-unquote independent country, quote-unquote, the final decision as it matters to the courts and the justice system is in foreign hands on foreign land. As it relates to the Privy Council matter, just like most cases, this should be a slam dunk. But only from a long time, so the biggest indictment of the Jamaican justice system is that they only managed to get the world spread on one murder.
Oh my, straight to the point. We're playing big leagues right away. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people have it in their mind because of social media, because of what's put out there, what went viral, what they're promoting, is that Vybz Kartel was convicted based on common design, circumstantial evidence used in common design. But really and truly, the prosecution had a fucking eyewitness. But every Vybz Kartel supporter try to pretend otherwise. They try to ignore the elephant, the massive, gigantic woolly mammoth. Not even an elephant, the woolly mammoth that's in the room. Like, yo, he was convicted on circumstantial evidence. Yes, that's a part of it. However, the circumstantial evidence was used to string everything together, to bring it all together for common design. Really and truly, what really sink Vybz Kartel, what really put the nail in it, people, eyewitness account.
The World Sprite case, you see, one of the biggest narrative them push is that the World Sprite case was built entirely on circumstantial evidence. False. Case was built with direct and circumstantial evidence. The circumstantial evidence was used to tie together the story because they're trying to show common design. Right? I'm try to show the plot and why they made that one kill Lizard and all them things. Right? They had direct evidence. 2 men for dead.
The crux of it, people, Vybz Kartel and his co-convicts were convicted based on eyewitness testimony. And the eyewitness was a part of their alleged gang. Well, convicted based on that, so we shouldn't say alleged, but you get what I'm saying. This individual, yes, it's alleged because they're going to the Privy Council, so we can still say alleged. So this eyewitness was one of two intended targets to be possibly murdered, and he escaped. He escaped. So he was the one that got away. So the other individual, Clive William Lizard, he was murdered, but we who turned state witness escaped. You see what's going on here? Two intended targets, one escaped, and the one that escaped turned witness. Now, whether or not the eyewitness is telling the truth, whether or not he's making this shit up or working for the government to sing Vybz Kartel, he was not broken on the stand by the defense. Defense attorney after defense attorney after defense attorney, and none of them broke the eyewitness. None of them established enough doubt in the juror's mind when it comes to the eyewitness testimony. They did not break him, and that was the nail in the freaking coffin.
2 man for dead. 2 man them screwed up. Let's just say that. Shoes gone missing. 2 man for dead. Sean Storm threw the 2 man them under the bus. The 2 man them for dead. 2 man in the yard for dead. One of the man them escape. The man who escape is the star witness. Could detail everything that go down upon the day. That is your direct evidence.
It is imperative that we note this Privy Council trial, this hearing, is not based on innocent or guilt. The lawyers are trying to get Vybz Kartel and his co-convicts off on technicality. They're trying to get them off on technicality due to possible negligence from the police, the investigators, and the prosecution. They're trying to get them off on technicality.
However, the technicality and the paperwork, well, at this the corruption and incompetence come in now. Yes, corruption. Well, not go hear about this in the project video too. But when they hear them and tell us that oh phone get used and the phone was being operated at this time and the phone did turn on and the phone that send message and they're making this, see, this is like show you say these are the conspiracy we set up the world spread. All of that was being done on behalf of the world spread. Gaza fan, I'm going to talk slow for now.
Well, obviously, if the phone is in police custody, in evidence, and it's being used by other police officers, this is done to tamper with the validity of the evidence to get it thrown out. Obviously, unless it's just complete stupidity or, oh my God, maybe the officer is thinking, yeah, it's already processed into evidence. Nobody's gonna care about this. This is not gonna come back up again. Let me use this to make some phone calls. Let me use this to send some messages. Yeah. Maybe they're that dumb. Who knows? I mean, it's Jamaica. It's Jamaican police officers. It's Jamaican justice system. Who knows? It's a banana justice system. So who knows? Anything is possible. Maybe they're just corrupt. Maybe they're just stupid. Who knows?
Somebody who goes and use a phone in evidence after the fact cannot be acting on behalf of the prosecution. Let me say that one more time, my girl. Going to use a phone that is submitted into evidence, and go take up the phone and start use the phone and play around the phone and do all kind of things to the phone and send out messages and make call and all kind of things. That cannot benefit the prosecution. That cannot benefit the prosecution. That person is acting on behalf of the defense.
Sir P is playing hardball, calling out the justice system, calling out the police officers. Here it is, pointed out. I mean, for real, what's going on here? How was the phone being used? What happened here? Why don't we have any information on which police officer or officers actually used this phone? Who was reprimanded for breaking the chain of evidence, the custody? Who did it? Why they did it? Why don't we have any form of investigation that it's possible? yeah, that is possible tampering, that they did this, they got paid or something, or negligence. Why don't we have any information on that?
The JCF or the prosecution cannot come out and tell the Jamaican people that police officers acting on behalf of somebody who is going before the courts, right, was taking up phone and using phone, right, to help mash up the case. Because that is going to put what into the mind of the Jamaican. They're going to start to question other things. Now, a justice system that they already know is shaky look even shakier. Because people are going to say, hold on, that means gangs and criminals, right, have police officers who can do things for true case. That is what they don't want. That is going to reflect poorly on them. There is no need. If you go back, go take up phone and use phone and quote unquote tampered phone, when you already get the phone, take off what you want to take off and phone submitting evidence. Man, I tell you, the phone did get put on locker and it never did lock up good and never on the padlock. Elementary behavior. Shambolic. If the case fall apart, it is going to fall apart on technicalities. Even after.
When it comes to the justice system, it's not about innocent or guilt. It's what can or cannot be proven. That is what it boils down to in reality. It's not about if these guys are guilty or not. Who cares? The justice system doesn't care. It's about if the evidence right, if everything was done properly, if the judicial rights were violated, the humanity rights were violated. These are the questions. These are the questions. If this trial went properly, well, obviously it wasn't smooth and decisions made by the judge are questionable. And because of these questions, we are at the Privy Council level now at the ICE court. This is it. One last moment of drama. Will he be free? Will he not be free? This is it.
The case that them send somebody to say, oh, them see Lizard running here, so, and man say them see Lizard since Lizard dead. And then the man start fake signature and fake statements and say witness now but I come a court. All of them things there. We have to see how the Privy Council interpret them things. Remember at one point them say, them have letter to say, witness say in now come on a court because witness to Lizard and Lizard good and everything alright and all kind of something. And the witness turn up a court. Plus, you already know about the jury, right? Man pan the jury I try to persuade other jurors, right? If you say not guilty, these are things that happen. None of this is the behavior of somebody who's quote unquote innocent. The amount of money run. They run money on a jury, somebody on the jury, to pay off and bribe other people on the jury for vote not guilty. These things are facts. Whole heap of stunt them try pull. And enough of the stunts they were pulled, clearly they were being advised by somebody that the law field who knows say court can dash up on technicality. If you do this right just so, then it will raise enough doubt where we can go so. And then the case will go so. And just like with Tesha case, I'm telling you, a lawyers advise them people. A lawyers advise, respect them and look at tricks them. If you can get somebody if you go over this and touch up this, then that might make them say, alright, why touch up? Right, that means we're going to do this. Them know say Privy Coun is a retrial, no retrial not really go on. Very unlikely.
Even without a body, with the amount of evidence the prosecution had going into this, it should have been a slam dunk, slam bomb monogram. This should have been easy. But the problem lies in how they proceed, how they dealt with evidence, how they went about everything. Oh man, it's sticky, it's sticky, it's sticky, it's really sticky. So it can actually go any way. The Privy Council can review the case and say basically, look, the judge, he shouldn't have made this decision. This and this shouldn't have happened. This evidence was tainted, possible tampered with. This should have been thrown out. This should have been thrown out. All of this and that and that and that and a whole bunch of things can happen. So, hey, listen, that's why it's called a trial. We're going to find out.
So, it can't go anywhere. But here's the thing. With all that said, with all the matters concerning the phone and all them business there, and who say then still is that down the road and all kind of sitting, even without the phone, I think them could have get a conviction. Even without the phone. The phone just tell the story and the build up and show the motive and all them things there. Even without the phone, they could have get a conviction. So the Privy Council, if the Privy Council decides to dismiss all of the phone evidence, that would be an extraordinary decision. Because the world sprat wasn't convicted based on him phone. He wasn't convicted based on them voice note they won that year. That's not what the case was built around. That is what go viral. The case is built around the witness.
If you have been living under a rock and you do not know about Politics Watch, yes, ladies and gentlemen, type in Politics Watch. Sir P, you can watch his full video, his full analysis and breakdown of this Vybz Kartel going to the Privy Council hearing thing, right? This video right here, it's very interesting. So give it a watch if you, as I said, you've been living under a rock and you don't know about, Sir P Politics Watch. I'm not going to draw this one out too much, but I might make another video, a follow-up video to this one shortly, maybe over the next day or two. Who knows? I mean, the actual trial is literally in 2 days. So, hey, I don't know. Let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank y'all for checking in, My Dream Podcast channel. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell. Love and respect. If you're enjoying this content, do consider dropping a super thanks on this video. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. I'm out.